Hi everyone, my name is Tanya Thornton and welcome to episode 6 of Intuitive Insights for Living a Life You Love. I am so grateful to be able to record here today at Greenmantle Estate Lodge in Parapara, Umu. I create this show for you, and my commitment to you is to bring through spiritual insight and guidance for transformational sharing, creating a space to lead you to live a more authentic and meaningful life, living a life you love. Today, my special guest is Paulus Romijn from Presenters Platform to talk to us about his TV presenter workshops and living the life he loves. And as always, I encourage you to stay to the end for insightful messages and a trust and have faith meditation. As an intuitive healer who has been delivering spirit and angel messages for over 30 years and running the Insights from the Heart Spiritual Centre, I am also here to remind you that there is an unseen spiritual law which guides all of us. If we can think it, we can create it. Nothing in this universe goes unnoticed. There is always a higher plan for each of us, and it is up to us to listen to our guidance and know that everything is as it should be. So wherever you are, or whatever you have planned this winter, you are exactly where you are supposed to be at all times. So let's begin with a meditation to bring you present and into flow. So get yourself comfortable, close your eyes, and relax with your feet on the floor. Trust and have faith that everything is exactly as it's supposed to be, and you are taken care of. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let go of everything that has happened this week. Take another breath in and let it all go. It is okay for your body to relax. I want you to relax with your feet on the floor. Relax ankles, feet, and toes. Relax knees, thighs, legs, and your hips. Relax your belly and your upper body. Relax your shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers. Relax chin, cheeks, nose, and the top of your head. So now you are so relaxed, we can start. And notice that while you are also so relaxed, you can be still. I release all thoughts that are going around in my mind. The more I release these thoughts, the more present I am. The more present I am, the more I trust and have faith that I am exactly where I am supposed to be. I am starting to notice things that I have not noticed before. I can feel myself breathing in and out. I am starting to connect with my inner guidance. Although I have circumstances right now, I am grateful for all the goodness in my life that is being given to me. I choose only to see the good and not my circumstances. I am a reflection of my thoughts and words. I am grateful that my connection and my awareness are expanding. I am so grateful to be able to understand that I am being guided by my intuition, and I am starting to listen to this guidance. I am expanding my awareness, leading to a more abundant life. Imagine if everything turned out so much better than what you have been thinking. I am ever expansive and part of the universe. With this new awareness of expansiveness, I am able to stay fully present and see opportunities that are sent to me. I have faith and understand that I am taken care of. and everything will work out for the highest for everyone concerned. So when you are ready, come gently back into the room and open your eyes. Feel all of your body back in the room. Open your eyes with a whole sense of awareness. Know that you are taken care of and everything is working out for you. Here is an affirmation you can say to yourself. I trust and have faith that everything is working out for my highest good. I am grateful for a life I love living. The 2 words today are trust and have faith. The angels are asking you to trust and have faith at this time. Do not doubt, as everything will reveal itself according to divine timing. Do not rush or force anything. Just sit back and let spiritual forces work behind the scenes. You do not need to do anything except to trust and keep your faith. I would like to introduce my special guest today and feel very privileged to have him on my show, and that is Mr. Paulus Romijn. Paulus created the Presenters Platform Training in 2004, initially coaching people for TV and presenting roles and helping people to communicate more effectively and develop more self-awareness and have healthier relationships by learning to say how they feel. And when things in his own life started to fragment, Paul did not panic, and he trusted and had faith that coaching communication through his courses was his talent, and he put all his energy into this. And it was not long after this that TVNZ rang, Les Mills International and many other corporate clients, and doors started to open for him. Not only here, but in Australia and in the United States. And Paulus created his own programs so that people could be more emotionally transparent and honest. He loves what he does and lives and breathes it. So may I present to you Paulus Romijn. So welcome, Paulus. Thank you so much for the show.
Pleasure.
So Paulus, you run TV presenter courses as well as coaching communication courses. And I'm sure that all the listeners' ears here are pricked up and they want to know more about you and your work and what you actually do.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I started off with courses that were specifically for presenting to camera because, and people that had aspirations to be on TV or create their own YouTube channels. And then it progressed to more people, doing speeches or just wanting to get their voice back, being able to present at work or even in relationships, being more assertive in relationships and developing relationships. So it's progressed to lots of different areas, and especially post-COVID. People always had this apprehension of delivering to camera, but post-COVID, a lot of people like this have used Zoom and are a little less apprehensive about being on camera because they had to. So that's changed as well. So now I work a lot more I used to do group courses over 8 weeks, 3 stages. So there's 24 weeks of tuition for some people. And those people that went through that tuition have gone on to do lots of different things and being able to self-promote themselves and develop lots of commercial opportunities. And so that still exists, but I work with a lot of people more one-on-one now who have specific tasks they want to do, or they just want to perfect their skills on camera, get a little bit more fluent, or just look a lot more at ease and understand the level of preparation to deliver well. And so lots of different, and schools too. I do lots of school programs, helping school leaders, teachers, and year 12 and 13 students learn how to promote themselves when they leave school, like job interviews. Remember working with somebody who was getting a job interview for the BNZ, and when I was asking the questions, I just like, what are you talking about? It was all this business speak, and I just didn't get it. So a lot of people don't really prepare enough for those particular opportunities, and even top kind of board members and CEOs, quite often they don't spend the level of preparation before they're on to make the most of any opportunity.
Okay, so that's interesting too, because we all want to live a better life, but as you say, we need to prepare and become better communicators and work on ourselves so that we come across a lot better and provide the coaching for that, which is, I mean, I know myself, I've been on one of your courses, pretty phenomenal. You know, it was fun, it was awesome. And also, I think something emotional came up for me or something, I can't remember now, but you went to it straight away and I had to clear it. There was no mucking around. So it was good because it helped me move forward in my own way as well. So I mean, I have been on the other end of your course and I have seen it works really well. So I thank you for that. And you also did suggest to me a long time ago to start doing my YouTube channel. So I have started doing it. So there you go. Thank you very much.
Proofs in the pudding. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah.
So
It is.
what keeps you doing this work? Is it the people? Is it the fact that you can actually see that, you know, you actually help change people's lives in the end? And I mean, it's phenomenal, really.
Yeah, I think I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. As you said, the courses, I make them fun. If you can laugh and cry at the same time, I always think that's a good result. And being able to get more emotionally transparent, a lot of people are very self-protected. So if you can teach yourself, especially men, to get a little bit more personal and understand their insights, you know, often you sort of see that. You saw that recently in that program, Married at First Sight, and they asked the men, why are you behaving like that? And they couldn't articulate why they were behaving. There was one guy, it was so obvious, he had never been in a relationship before. So he was very self-protected. He didn't actually know how to have an intimate relationship or vocalize it. So that was just an example. But so to me, I'm just always curious about people. I like meeting lots of people. It's a kind of interest that I have. It's not learn as I do, but just coaching like that all the time. I kind of experienced enough now to kind of cut to the chase and see what people need straight away. But a lot of people very self-protected. A lot of people that come to me are already kind of open to understanding or being more self-aware. I always feel the more self-aware you are, the more people can sense you. More people, like animals and people, will be drawn to you if you can be that open. But a lot of people aren't conditioned like that. We're very sort of withheld and guarded about people. So learning to, you know, when we talk about trust, trusting ourselves, but also trusting other people. Of course, you have to be a little bit self-protective because there are some people that are very quick-witted and good speakers, and they're kind of manipulators and protagonists. So but for yourself, to develop better relationships, it's a great thing to understand how, what you say and when and how.
I think that's very good. I do think that's very good advice. And I think you said to me that you had also been through a challenging time in your life and you had to trust and have faith that everything would work. And it was only by immersing yourself more into your work and what you wanted to do that it became easier for you. So is that how you saw it at that time, or?
Oh, for me, definitely. So my learnings are, you know, like I don't come from a creative background. I really struggled for years to find something that I really identified with. So a lot of times I was a good actor or lived vicariously through relationship and their creativity to support them. So I was thinking that I was being creative. I had to, when my second marriage fell over, and we had created a school together in Ponsonby, and I was starting to do this, and I really enjoyed it. But you know, the money was a bit tight, you know, when you break up and all those kind of things. But I thought, you know, lots of old conservative family advice going, oh, you should do this, or really conservative choices. And I think I wanted to expand. I always was creative and had an imagination, and I wanted to do something different. And so I'd already started this, and it was already happening. But financially, there was a bit of pressure, and I was thinking, oh, I'm not going to panic. I really enjoy this, and I'm only going to do this because people often ask me, oh, you're readily available to do this coaching. Is this all you do? Is this a part-time thing? Because it doesn't seem like a normal job. I go, no, this is all I do. And once I committed to just doing this is all I do, those kind of doors opened. So that at that stage, when that relation broke up, I was kind of just starting. So I didn't have that cash flow. But I thought, oh no, I'm not going to panic. I'm just going to start chipping away at it. Just take it easy, make a few sacrifices, not going out too much or doing anything. And then that trust, and I still believe in that, trust that things will work out and not panicking, and often does. And so I just trusted, and then those phone calls happened. And I know the people that rang me from TV New Zealand, Les Mills, and to this day, they still don't know where that first connection came from. Was it word of mouth? I don't think I had a website at that stage. And then those jobs came in, and then by doing it day in, day out, I had my regular private courses as well as these corporate courses, and then it just kind of flowed and did lots of different things, from creative projects, directing things, to helping create stuff. So now I have the experience to help a lot of people kind of how to do things. So with casting, video production, presenting, yes, and yeah, acting. So all creative choices. So it's been a lot of fun. But as I said, it was a battle because I don't come from that background. I didn't have that family support. Kind of, I have a family support, but not an emotional family support of understanding what I do. Recently, my parents are getting a bit older, and I videoed a show, and I was showing my father how I was editing, and he goes, "No, I'm not really interested. I don't really know what you do." So, however, I don't come from a creative family, so whatever reason, I have this sort of stickability or commitment to going, no, this is I only want to do creative things and help make a difference to people on a day-to-day basis. And hopefully, I think I've had some feedback in the past that people have said they enjoy the experience, and as a teacher, you're a cog in the wheel of somebody's development.
Absolutely. And I think it's also important that, well, what I felt on your course was you make everyone feel safe so they could be themselves as well. And I think that was a really important part of the whole thing. And as you know, I want to have my dream is to have my own TV show. So we'll see what happens.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Making people feel safe, I think, is a critical thing. That if the safer people feel, the more open. So I often lead the exercise by discussing my point of view or insecurity about something, or not do as I do, but it's kind of feeding people with ideas of what to say. And then you create a safe environment, and especially with groups and small groups, and they're generally supportive. I've had it a few times in groups where somebody's not supportive and you've had to manage that, but generally people are pretty good. But there are situations sometimes when you have to manage that people aren't feeling safe because people are being transparently open and honest about. The key to the emotional transparency is finding the root cause of what holds you back from speaking, what holds you back from feeling comfortable on camera. Because nobody likes the way they look, nobody likes the way they sound, and people think they're short-term memory stuff, and they also have this inner critic self-doubt in their head. So turning all those things around takes a little bit of time and a few pennies. But once people the penny drops, then once you can express yourself emotionally, then anything else is easy. It doesn't mean you do that all the time, but if you can do that in a safe environment, it kind of really takes a lot of pressure off people, and then they feel a lot freer.
Absolutely. And that was going to lead me into my next question, but I think you've actually answered it. Was what advice would you give to help listeners to find their path to live a life that they love? But I think you've actually pretty much touched on it.
Oh, I could answer that one too. It's like, I always think, what did people enjoy when they were 8 or 10 years old? What instinctively did they like doing? I was always a very sensitive kid and wanted people to be heard, and whether people are playing games or whatever they're doing, finding something is the critical thing that you enjoy doing, and that's hard to do. For some people, it's a lot easier. Some people I know that they always wanted to be a pilot, so they became a pilot. But sometimes we don't know what careers are in the future. I remember working with some people that were scientists for a DNA analysis company in Auckland, and the guy was studying biology at university. He goes, "Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with this." And then all of a sudden, all that DNA technology came in, and now he's with a leading company in Auckland doing all that DNA analysis, helping people with their health. You check your DNA to sort of see what history of health. So it's a little bit expensive at the moment, but hopefully that'll get cheaper, that people can analyze themselves to look at what kind of things they need to do to avoid, getting into health issues by their DNA. So that was an example of somebody studying and not knowing what a career was. So that's not always a straightforward path. It takes a while. You need to talk to different people, have relationships with other people, and find out what opportunities were there. I think that's why I traveled and was always curious about meeting creative people, because I didn't come from an environment like that. Most of the family members all had traditional jobs. But even like a traditional job, you can still have a job or that and get to a certain stage of recognition that you can influence from there. So like why people become actors or on TV, that they can actually make a difference and have a say or be a spokesperson for a particular cause. I think that's always a good thing. But it could be just day to day that you have a better relationships with your partner, kids, and family, that you feel more comfortable talking or more open about the choices that you make. You can see that with relationships breaking down. There's often people, they say it's a communication thing. And so how does that eventuate? Because people actually aren't conditioned to learn how to say how they feel about situations. There's always that funny thing in New Zealand, working with a South American business guy, and he used to ask, he's so confused. He goes, people in the morning go, "How are you?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm about to tell him how I'm struggling to become a living in New Zealand," and people would just walk away because we say "How are you?" as a flippant little comment without actually sort of meaning it. So that's a really interesting cultural one, that we just have that expression "How are you?" and not really pay heed to it.
That's true. That is true. As well as living a life you love doesn't necessarily, you're right, doesn't necessarily have to be your job. It could be you want a better relationship or something that you want in your life, and you need to find the way that you can get there yourself. I think you've just hit the nail on the head there, that we're not all the same either. We're all quite unique in what we're looking for in life as well. So
And what is success? One of the course questions was, how do you like to occupy yourself? And people always think occupation, but no, how do you? And my one was, or I like to dream. I like to swim. I like to have that downtime where you have that balance in life, where you do your doing things and then you have time to reflect. So always having that balance. Exercise is really important because I'm a bigger guy. So we talked about at dinner on Saturday. People were teasing me because I'm like, my family are Dutch from my mother's side. They're farmers and they're big people, and we like eating. And so I'm always having to exercise, and so there's a kind of a little bit of a what do you call it, an addiction that I have. So I have to exercise every day, but not only for my physical aspect, but also for my mental health, that I feel clearer. So just understanding that, and delivering that. So yeah, what is success? What is a better life? People often ask, "Are you busy?" And I often go, "Well, not really." And people go, "Oh, are you okay?" And I go, "Well, yeah, I'm
probably.
fine. I think if you're busy, then it's time management. You always ask a busy person to get something done, but it's like being proactive. But it's another kind of expression, like, how are you? Are you busy? It's like, as a kind of qualification for success. What's that about? Yeah. I
No,
always like to question things. What is the norm? I saw an interesting comment this morning. Somebody said, "Oh, if you keep doing this," Einstein said, "if you keep doing the same thing and it doesn't work, then that's a sign of insanity, or
yeah,
just
that's, I think,
repeat, just
yeah.
nothing changes."
So, Paulus, how can people connect with you if they would like to find out more about your work?
I have a website. I've just done it up because I got lots of spam on my last website, so I've just modernized it, and it's www.presentersplatform.co.nz. So I call my business presentersplatform.co.nz. And on the website, there's a lots of range of things. You're always updating your website to cover all the different things that you do. and sort of like self-promotion, but also some of the people that have done the course. So some of the testimonials are really interesting, like from Women's Refuge to people on TV to sports people, lots of different people. So you get a bit of a perspective if you read other people's, rather than me saying what I can do, you can read what other people's experiences have been of the training. So that's always a good reference point. So the presentersplatform.co.nz, the website, is the best way to contact me.
Awesome. That's so good. And as I said before, I can thoroughly recommend you. So again, thank you, Paulus, for being my guest today. It's actually been an honour. It truly has. And of course, you're a wonderful example of living a life you love. So this is available for you all to watch on my YouTube channel. And please subscribe and press the bell to receive notice of the next release. And Paulus, you are one of the many examples I'm bringing to the show, so you can create a life with more opportunities, fun, spontaneity, and freedom. Moving you all towards living a life you love.
Right, thank you, Tanya.
So as Paulus has said today, there is this belief that being busy is successful, and this may not be what success is to you. So I know that I was extremely busy, working 24/7 to get ahead, to make money, to take care of my family, my husband, as well as I was doing my spiritual work in the community. We had lots going on, giving to everyone else, and then I got a bang on the head, and I had an accident to slow me down, and I was unable to be so busy, and I can't do what I used to do. And it's taken me a long time to get used to this because I'm not used to it. And also my husband has just been diagnosed with Lewy body dementia, which has also created pressure on our relationship and communication. And the emotional support is not at its strongest, so we are working through that as well. So life throws us challenges, and everyone's life has circumstances in it, and it is arising above and working on ourselves. Well, this is where our magic is created. So remember, shine your light regardless of your circumstances. And if you would like to contact me to book a session, or to help you move towards living a life you love, or to have a spiritual reading, then please visit my website on www.insightsfromtania.com or email heal@insightsfromtania.com. And also I'm offering a new course coming up shortly, which will help you dive deeply into this area of living the life you love. So may our opportunities in 2023 keep getting better and better, and our awareness becomes stronger and stronger. Stay grateful, shine your unique light, and keep your spirits high. And this is Tanya signing off until the next show. Bye-bye.